Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Introspection Grief to Growth. I'm Amy Lindner Lesser, your host, and today's episode is part of my December theme, which is the season of gratitude. And this week, we're going to explore what it means to find light in what remains, to gift gratitude not only when life feels full and bright, but especially when things feel dim, uncertain, or changed forever. When we're not feeling things the way the carols, that this is the most wonderful time of the year. For many of us, it's not the most wonderful time of year. But you know what's fascinating to me, and it's always been fascinating, is that all of the major religions um, know that the winter and December, especially, being having the shortest day of the year, it's a dark season. And if you've ever paid any attention to it, it's also the season of lights. And it's because those people who came way before us realized that we needed something to light our days and our nights. So we've got candles that glow for Hanukkah, Advent wreaths, Diwali lamps, and Kwanzaa kinaras. They remind us again and again that light has always been a sacred response to darkness. And to me, gratitude is another kind of light. No matter what faith or tradition you come from, it's fascinating to see how across time and culture, humanity has created rituals of light during the darkest part of the year. It's as if we instinctively know that when the nights grow longer, we need something to remind us that light always returns. In Judaism, the story of Hanukkah celebrates oil that was only meant to last one night, but burned for 8, a miracle of endurance. In Christianity, the Advent candles symbolize hope, peace, joy, and love, a steady progression of light towards something sacred. Diwali, the Hindu festival of lights, celebrates the triumph of light over darkness, knowledge over ignorance, and good over evil. And in Kwanzaa, each candle that is lit honors a principle of unity, self determination, purpose, and faith. Every one of these traditions says, in its own way, even when the world feels dark, keep lighting the candles. Keep believing in what remains. For those of us who are navigating grief or a tradition or a transition, this type of year can stir up such mixed emotions. You might be looking at the lights and celebrations around you thinking, that used to be me. That used to be us. I hear from clients and members of my Facebook group that since their loved one passed away, they no longer feel like celebrating. It might have been that Christmas or Hanukkah or Diwali or Kwanzaa was their favorite holiday, and it's too painful. It's just too painful to dredge up those memories. And I get it because things look and feel different. I want you to know that it's okay if gratitude feels complicated. Because when we're grieving, the idea of being grateful can sound almost impossible. How can we be grateful when we're grieving, when we're sad? And I think it's because we often think that gratitude means minimizing our pain or pretending that we're okay. That's not it at all. True gratitude isn't about denial. It's about acknowledging what still holds meaning. It's not, I'm grateful instead of sad. It might be, I'm grateful and sad. I can hold both. Maybe you're grateful for the memories that still make you smile, or the friend who checks in on you even when they don't know what to say. And I like to think it's especially when they don't know what to say, because just being there is good enough and it's better than saying things. Or even for the strength that's slowly and quietly rebuilding inside you. Gratitude in grief is the light that doesn't erase the darkness. It simply reminds you that darkness isn't all there is. It's the candle that flickers, and sometimes it nearly goes out, but somehow it keeps burning. So, how do we gift gratitude to ourselves, to others, and to the memories that shape us? You notice I said to ourselves first, because we need to prioritize ourselves. So here are a few simple, heartfelt ways to try this week. Light a candle for what still exists. Each time you light it, name one thing that still brings meaning, comfort, or connection to your life. Write a note of gratitude to your loved one who has passed, or for whatever it is that you've lost and you miss, whether it's a career, if you've retired, to your former coworkers, if you've changed jobs or lost a job, or to your children, if you have an empty nest and they've flown the coop. You don't have to send it anywhere. Sometimes it's better not to. All you have to do is write, I'm grateful for whatever it is, and just let the memories come. It's crucial that you don't censor yourself, that you don't correct yourself. Just write and keep writing. This can be a real healing ritual, and it's a way to stay connected through love instead of loss. Say thank you to somebody who might not expect it, whether it's a caregiver, a neighbor, or a friend who sent a text at the right time or picked up the phone and said, Hi, I was just thinking about you. Maybe it's to the cashier or the the person who delivered something for you, the pharmacist who filled your prescription. These moments of thank you ripple outward more than we ever realize. It's like when we toss a stone into a river or a lake and the rings expand. That's what happens with thank yous. Offer yourself gratitude. Gratitude for surviving, for adapting, for opening your heart again, even if it's a little bit. You've walked through things you never asked for, and you're still here. You're strong, you're surviving, and perhaps you can even see a flicker of thriving, of you learning to see light again. When we practice gratitude this way, it becomes a shared illumination, a collective way of saying, we may each carry our own darkness, but together we light the way forward. Let's do a little reflection. Let's take a deep breath together. In on the count of 4, hold it for 4, exhale for 4. Ready? Hold. Out. Imagine holding a small candle in your hands, the kind that you cup to protect from the wind, or just from walking around your house. That light is your gratitude. Some days it burns bright, and other days it's barely a flicker, but it's always there. It's waiting for you to notice it, to nurture it, breathe gently into it. You might whisper, I'm grateful for what remains. I'm grateful for what once was, and I'm grateful for the strength to keep walking towards the light. I may not be really strong, but I can do this. I can take a step towards the light. That's what this season is really about. It's not about perfection. It's not about pretending. It's about honoring the darkness and the light and remembering that both belong. As we move through the rest of this month, may your light, your gratitude shine gently, steadily, and bravely. You don't have to feel joyful every moment. You don't have to have everything figured out. Simply keeping your light glowing however softly it burns. And if you're feeling ready to step into a new kind of light, to reflect on what's next for you in the year ahead in 2026, I'd love to walk beside you. You can schedule an Imagining Your Next Chapter call through the link in the show notes. It's a space where you can exhale, inhale again, and exhale again to be heard and to begin to see the path forward with clarity and compassion. I know the holidays can stretch us emotionally, mentally, and financially, sometimes physically too. Gifting yourself the support of coaching is one of the most meaningful investments that you can make in your life. It is not a luxury. Self care is not a luxury, it's self preservation. And it's a commitment to your own healing, your own growth, and peace within. When you invest in yourself, you're not just buying time or advice, you're giving yourself permission to move forward. You notice I don't say to move on because we don't move on. Grief is another expression of the love we felt, whether it was towards a person, an animal, or any other kind of relationship. So it could be the relationship between you and your job or a friendship. But what you're saying is, I am worthy of the same care and attention I give to everyone else. I often have to say that to myself because I have a tendency to give and to give and to give and to ignore me. The reality is just like the flight attendants say, put the oxygen mask on yourself first. You can't care for anyone else if you don't have the oxygen and you're not breathing. So take care of yourself. Start to put yourself first so that you can then give the love and the care and the attention to others. So, as you think about giving this season, consider adding your own name to the top of that list. Because when you nurture yourself, everyone around you benefits that light. Thank you for being here today, for listening, and for bringing your courage and heart into this community. Feel free to listen to this message as often as you need to and to share it with someone who you think could use it too. Until next time, I'm Amy Lindner Lesser, reminding you that grief and gratitude can coexist and both can lead us towards growth. Thanks again. If you liked what you heard on this podcast and want to hear more, please follow us and tell your friends. You can also find me on Facebook at Amy Lindner Lesser, Grief to Growth Life Coaching, and on LinkedIn at Amy Lindner Lesser.